SOUN is exploding. The stock is up from $5 to almost $7 this week. Do not worry about subscribing, tapping the like button, or looking for the Discord and coaching link just yet. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. In this video, I'm going to explain to you guys why I believe and show you why I believe SOUN is going to explode even further on earnings and crush the earnings more than even we thought possible. Also, I want to make a big announcement here that this Sunday, November 10th, my free webinar, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, this Sunday, November 10th. You will learn more in the 1 hour you spend with me than you will anywhere else. That's what every single student that attended previously has said. I have a huge announcement during the webinar, and I'll be hosting a Q&A so you can hang out with me and ask your questions one-on-one. I will see you this Sunday. Limited spots. Every single time we do a webinar, we fill up and people want to join, and it's too late. You got to get your spot, and you got to get it now. So there's some pretty important facts to think about with SOUN's earnings. Let me read you guys what's actually going on here. And this is part of the reason why I think they're not only going to beat expectations, but it might be by a considerable amount, even more so than we expect. And if this is the case, the stock could skyrocket even further, which means this stock could very well see an $8 or even $9 price target right at earnings time. This is going to be pretty crazy. But let me read you guys exactly what I'm looking at here. In 2023, the company's revenue was about $600,000 below its midpoint guidance. It also missed quarter 4 2023's goal of a positive adjusted EBITDA. Over the next 3 days, shares fell by 33%. It didn't provide any guidance change comparable to what was previously released. In quarter 1 2024, the company beat revenue expectations by nearly 15%, but also missed EBITDA expectations significantly. It raised its midpoint revenue guidance for the full 2024 year by slightly less than 2%. Shares rose nearly 12% over the next 3 days. In quarter 2 2024, the company beat sales expectations by around 3%, fell short on EBITDA again, but also significantly raised guidance. It raised its 2024 revenue guidance above the prior high end. It also boosted 2025 guidance by 50% to $150 million. However, much of this is due to its acquisition of Amelia, which was generating about $45 million in annual revenue before the purchase. Thus, the rise in guidance was mostly inorganic. It was not mainly due to improvements in SOUN's business before the acquisition. Shares fell 4% in the 3 days after the release. Overall, the stock's 3-day price reaction over the last 4 quarters post-earnings is around negative 7%. However, this is where it gets interesting. A deal with Musk Health, a top South Carolina hospital, could boost SOUN's earnings above expectations next quarter. The organization brought in over $8 billion in gross patient revenue in fiscal 2023. Given its massive size, SOUN could generate significant revenue from the deal announced on August 28th in the quarter ending September 30th. This was not previously anticipated. History suggests more downside risk than upside in trading SOUN before earnings. However, there is reason to believe that things could be different this time. The company's $723 million booking backlog from last quarter is potentially tailwind. It represents future revenue. Analysts expect the company to generate only $23 million in revenue next quarter. If the company can turn even a fraction of its backlog into revenue sooner, it could beat expectations. Based on all of this, I'm going to tell you guys that if they beat the earnings, like I just said, it could surge quite a bit. I would expect that if they beat the earnings by a decent amount and it's really good, the stock could end up anywhere between $8 to $10, maybe even higher. But I really truly see high 7s, low to mid 8s being very highly likely. Even if they miss earnings, it might actually reach this price and then pull back some. But it's hard to really tell or anticipate this. Really, it comes down to beating the expectation, or at least meeting it. If they fail or they miss earnings on revenue and EPS, this is not going to be good. The much more exciting prospects for SOUN come when thinking long term. The company's total addressable market, TAM, is massive. Everything from restaurant ordering, over-the-phone customer service, automobile communications, and use in the vast network of internet things and devices come to mind. Wall Street is bullish on the stock. 5 analyst price targets were released after the company's August 8th earnings report, which averaged $7.70 per share. This implies an upside in the stock of 43%. The most recent targets released in late September are mostly bullish. The stock is expensive based on its projected future revenue. Its forward price to sales ratio is above 95% of the U.S. tech stocks. However, its adoption by many large enterprises and its huge backlog shows the strong demand for AI voice recognition solutions, and being recognized for its use in healthcare and retail banking, Amelia expands the industry use cases for SoundHound's technology. Its high valuation isn't all that surprising. Long term, I have a very bullish view. It's a very great stock when you think about everything. When you make a phone call somewhere and AI answers the phone and tells you to press 1 and it's talking to you like a person, but we know it's AI, that could be SoundHound. When you go through a drive-through at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, anywhere, that could be SoundHound that takes your order. We've all heard McDonald's say, "Hey, welcome to McDonald's. Please wait for an associate to take your order," and it talks to you. Literally just like that. That could be potentially SoundHound. SoundHound also has AI voice recognition in the different cars from Stellantis. Eventually will make its way to the States with Dodge vehicles. And then they've also got Amelia. They're also working with the hospital in South Carolina, Musk Health. And this is going to be huge overall. The total addressable market is what is huge long term. I don't plan on selling any shares of SoundHound. In fact, every other month, I'm adding 1,000 shares. I'm just going to keep piling them on. If SoundHound even makes it to $50 a share, that signifies a 10 times or 10x upside to where the stock is right now. This is a significantly good investment, especially if they continue to grow and NVIDIA believes in them and things keep going the way they're going. If you guys are having trouble understanding what we're talking about here with the total addressable market, the TAM, as well as market share, as far as earnings, EPS, and things like that, maybe you're trying to retire, grow your portfolio, you're just getting started in the market, I would love to help you guys. I offer one-on-one coaching, full Discord, and training course that you guys can sign up for at any time at investorcorey.com. The link is in the information box below. I have students that were brand new, started with $8,000 portfolios and turned them into $25,000 in 3 months. I have other students that started with $25,000 and turned it into $70,000 in 3 months. So if you guys want to take control of your financial freedom, I would love to help you guys. Like I said many times, I created a system that worked for me, and I told myself I wanted to help others. I grew up in a Catholic family. My parents were very strict on me, very lower middle class income, and they were very strict on me to help others and do good deeds, to be a good person, and just to make the world a better place. And my father works with homeless veterans, and he works in the Northeast. So we're constantly trying to help people. And this was my opportunity to put forth my best effort to help people, which was to help people with their financial freedom and their financial growth and early retirement. I have multiple students that officially retired in their 3rd month with me, and they don't work anymore. They don't have to go to work. But let's take a listen to what one of my students, Adam, has to say.
In just a short amount of time, the program that you offer, I've learned so much, and I've changed my entire approach to investing. You know, I'm much more structured, much more safe, and I've seen consistent, profitable growth. I've seen the growth. And it's almost like unbelievable. Like in a market that we're in now, I was still able to consistently grow because you're so, methodical and structured, and you care about each student. I'm here to say it how it is, right? I've made consistent growth. So I started with $15,000, right? I am now at $40,000. Okay. And I'm so proud. It feels, amazing to be able to share this, because I know that there's so many people that will do the same, right? You have to just trust Corey and trust what he's teaching and what he's offering, because he means so well.
So I'm going to show you guys how I would get into SoundHound. Right now, I'd either buy shares, sell puts, but if you sell puts, you may not get assigned. So I'm going to show you guys how you can sell puts to make money, or sell puts to actually collect ridiculous, juicy premiums, but then intentionally get assigned, so you're dollar cost averaging while collecting shares. We're looking at Robinhood's new Legend program here, Legend software. I'm going to show you guys in the classic Robinhood, but also here as well. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to look up SoundHound. And we can see everything right here on SoundHound. I have a position in my smaller account right here, in my challenge account, 2,000 shares. I got to add to this for sure. I just didn't want to buy in the $6 or $7 range, but we can see that right here in the 5-minute chart, everything's up. We look at the 1 hour chart yesterday. It just ran like crazy. 4-hour chart has run quite a bit. You can see it all the way up. Daily chart filling up nicely. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over to the options chain, and I'm going to click on yellow here to bring over SoundHound. I love the new legend with Robinhood. What we're going to do here is we're going to make a little bit of extra room, hopefully for, oh, I can't do that. It's not going to let me. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at SoundHound options going out to next week. Highest strike price. I'm going to get all the strikes in, which I've done. Surprised it tops out at 14, but not that it's going to go that high. So what we're going to do is you want to sell puts. So for next week, I would want to sell, if I'm planning on just making premium and I don't want the shares, why wouldn't you? But let's say you don't, then what I would probably do is I would look to sell $6.50 puts. And so you can see right here, $5.50, $6 is right here. And I would say, let's go ahead and look at the 650 put. That's what I would sell. You can click on this and you might get 45. So if you want to put like 5 puts out there, this is not a lot. This is, you know, like $3,000 collateral. It doesn't even show me the old software would actually show me the collateral amount. This is not showing what the collateral is. It just shows me the premium. But in any case, if you sell 5 of these puts, you'll collect $224. The chances of SOUN going below 650, it could happen. Yeah, it very well could. If you want to go a little safer, you could sell $6 puts, which are worth about $25 going into next week. Sell 5 of these, make you a quick $125, and this would be on 3,000. So you figure 4 times 125 is $500, and on $3,000, 300 is 10%. So this is about a 12% return per month. Of course, it's taking into account volatility for earnings. So really it's about like 8 to 10% per month. I would sell $6 puts if you want to be super safe, $6.50 if you really don't care either way and you want some good juicy premium. However, if you just want lots of premium and want to get assigned, in my honest opinion right now, you could sell the $8, giving you an average cost of $6.50, which is pretty good. But the $7.50 is the put to sell because this gives you an average cost of about $6.20, which is good. You're right at $6. It's a little on the high side. If you want to sell a 7, it gives you an average cost of around $6.10, whereas selling the $7.50 put gives you an average cost of $6.20. So it gives you a lot more premium up front in case the stock runs. We're going to click on put. We could sell 5 of these, and we'll get about $1.05, maybe $1.05. So we make about $500 in a week, and we're going to make this off of, you know, I'd like to say a pretty quick, what is it, $3,700, close to $4,000. This is pretty good. This is like 11% return in 1 week. This is a very good strike price to sell if you don't care if you get assigned, want to collect lots of premium. The stock is unlikely to fall much below $5.50 or $6, even if they missed earnings. If they meet the expectation, it'll probably fall back into the $6 or $6.50 range, and you're still going to be in the green getting assigned. But if they beat the estimate, even by a small amount, I don't think it's going to fall below $7.50. It could, but I think it's going to end up way above and stay above $7.50. But if not, this is really juicy premium and it gets you into the stock. But like I said, if you don't want shares, $6 puts. If you don't really care, $6.50. If you're kind of on the fence and you just want a little more premium, you could get away with 7. But if you just want lots of premium, the $7.50. But 7 or $7.50 are going to give you lots of premium to get into this stock. But really, I would probably sell the $7.50 or $7. If you're bullish, you could sell $8 puts. And if you do that, then, you know, 5 puts are going to give you a lot more. You could probably get about $1.40 per put. This is going to be almost $700 a week in 1 week on $8. So on $4,000 makes $700. This is like a lot. 10% of 4,000 is 400. So this is going to give you like 15, 17% return in a week. And the stock very well could close after earnings at above $8. It's already at $7 right now. It's moved $1.50 in a few days. So at earnings, it could go to $8. A couple of earnings ago, it ran over 10. So this could be free money. You could sell an $8 put. The stock could be above $8 and stay above the whole time. And you just collected $700 on $4,000. Pretty much free, juicy premium. So you could buy the shares as well. I mean, what I personally would do if you have like a $100,000 account, I would sell maybe $6.50 puts, and then I would buy 500 shares. You can't go wrong with that. SoundHound, if they have a really good earnings, you're going to be glad you did, and I highly believe they will based on Musk Health as well as Amelia and their backlog and the tailwinds that they're potentially facing right now, which is really good. Ultimately, you can't go wrong with SoundHound. They've missed earnings in the past and still did pretty well, and we've made lots of profits in SoundHound. I think this time is going to be green. They're going to meet or beat the expectations. I think they're actually going to crush the expectations a little bit more than even we anticipate and hope for. And ultimately, this is your chance to get in and make some good money on SoundHound. Guys, don't forget, free webinar this Sunday, November 10th, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Huge announcement. And also going to have a Q&A for you guys to ask me questions. You'll learn more in the 1 hour with me than you will anywhere else. That's what every student that attended the previous webinars has said. And don't forget, like I said, it's very limited on space. You got to sign up, guys. Time is running out. The link is in the information box below. And if you guys want to sign up for coaching, Discord, as well as full training course, and you guys want my help to grow your portfolio and you want to take control of your financial freedom, you can do so at investorcorey.com. The link's in the information box below as well. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care of yourselves, and remember, let's grow our wealth together.